And over the years, we have had a lot of impacts. Now, the Digital for All Challenge, which is why you joined this webinar, was designed to spur and to encourage you to get digital skills. And why are we doing this? It's because we understand that the future of work depends a whole lot on digital skills. So we believe and are driven by the fact that every Nigerian, boy, girl, child, woman, no matter your age, your demography, or your location across Nigeria, should be able to access digital literacy and skills needed for the future of work. Over the years, we have seen people go, beyond themselves to acquire these skills. And we're thankful for the development that has happened in Nigeria so far, but there's still a lot more to do with respect to giving access to a lot of people and enabling them to have these digital skills. So the Digital for All Challenge was designed to support and reward your interests in taking the leap to participate within Nigeria's digital economy. And like my colleague Chigozie mentioned, this webinar is designed, first of all, to answer the questions, or rather to give you information that you may not have had context about concerning the Digital for All Challenge, and also answer all your questions that you would have concerning participating in the challenge, what does it take to win, the do's and the do nots. And so this info session is to help you participate better. The goal for us is that as you learn, you're given a leverage to put your learning to work. And so if you notice, we're giving out not just grand prize winnings of ₦1 million or 2.5 million naira, depending on the track or the challenge track you decide to participate in. We are also giving you consolation prizes. And most of these prizes are prizes that will enable you, items that will enable you better participate in the digital side of things. So without further ado, I will just go through a walkthrough of the Digital for All Challenge. And I have this really simplified looking PowerPoint page here designed especially for you. Just give me a second. Especially for you, to let you know what it'll take to win the Digital for All Challenge. And it's simple. It's in 4 basic steps. The first step you need to take to be a part of the challenge is you need to register. So what happens there is you have to go to the Digital for All Challenge website, digitalforall.techfordev.com, and register. You just click the button. And in a short while, I'll be doing a walkthrough for everyone on the call, and then we'll switch into the Q&A sessions. So the first step is to register, and registrations will be open from the 16th of September, which was some Thursday ago, to the 30th of November. This is the window for which everyone who wants to participate in the Digital for All Challenge has to register to participate. Now note, without your registration, it doesn't matter whether you go into the next phases, and I'll explain how that's even possible. You will not be qualified to win. So the first thing you need to do is register. The next thing you need to do is learn. So you register, learn, and then you get a chance to win. Okay. Now you can choose to do this on any of your devices, whether you're using a laptop or a mobile device. You can actually register on any device. right? So registrations are open from the 16th of September to the 30th of November. And the learning phase of the program is open from the 16th of September as well, which is when we launch the campaign, to the 30th of November, when we'll be closing the phase. Now, like or some of you who are new to the challenge, there are two tracks or two opportunities to win big in this challenge. The first is on the basic level, and the second is on the intermediate level, right? Now, what basic means when we say, oh, win in basic, we're referring to basic digital literacy. Now, this is something you can access on any of our platforms, whether online or offline. So it's either you're learning this online, and I'll show you during the walkthrough, you're learning this online, or you're learning it offline at one of our programs. That is a Tech for Dev program in a community near you or a center near you. Now, intermediate courses, however, are quite different because intermediate courses can only be learned via our virtual or on-site touchpoints, right? Unlike the basic courses where you could go and learn at self-pace, for the intermediate courses, you'd have to be part of a program. And these programs are delivered both virtually and on-site, depending on which of them you register for. Now, someone might ask the question, so how do I know which programs I can register on to compete for the intermediate courses? Now, this is why it is very important that you follow Tech for Dev's social media handles, where we get to announce these programs at intervals. You can get to participate on, like I said, in the ones that are happening purely virtual. This means you have a laptop at home and you can register for the program, get qualified, and actually participate, right, and get certified. So it's very important that you're following Tech for Dev's handles. For this aspect of the process, and for another aspect that I'll explain when we're doing the walkthrough. Okay, so I've spoken about registering, learning, and then once you're done learning, the next thing you need to do, this is the third step in the process, is you need to verify your certification. So whether you have gone through the learning on either basic or intermediate, online or offline, there is a period of time that we give to you to come back to the Digital for All site, and you would see a feature that allows you to verify your certification. Okay, so once verification commences, you will get an email. That is if you registered. If you don't register, we do not have any of your details, and well, we cannot contact you. So once verification commences, you'll get an email or a text or both to verify your certification on the Digital for All Challenge platform. Now, this is your certification for either basic digital literacy or any of the intermediate courses that you may choose. Now, these intermediate courses are software development, product design, product management, data science and visualization, and cybersecurity. These are the 5 major courses that we treat under the intermediate courses track for the Digital for All Challenge. Now, very important, make sure that you are using the same phone number when you register. So sometimes, and this is just giving you a heads up, when we send you that email and say, okay, come and verify, make sure that you're putting in the same phone number that you gave to us when you were registering. It's the same number that you're using when we say come and verify. If not, it'll mean that you're not in our database and you'll not be able to verify your certification status. Okay, so before I go to the begin contest part of things, I will do the walkthrough. Please, you can start dropping your questions on the using the message function on the platform. And once I'm done with the walkthrough, I will start reading through your questions and answering your questions accordingly. Please be concise, be clear as possible. Avoid using shorthand because I might not be able to read what you're writing. Okay, so let's do the walkthrough. Give me a second. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is come to this website here, digitalforall.techfordev.com. This is where we're hosting the Digital for All Challenge, right? And this is the first thing you see. You see welcome, you see the reason why we're doing this. And you can scroll down to read information, more information about how to participate. So we let you know that there are two tracks, basic and intermediate digital skilling. Obviously, like most of you know, the price for the basic track is ₦1 million. That's the grand prize. But we have consolation prizes for people who are exceptional and and our runner-ups. So it could be laptops, tablets, or a mixture of consolation prizes. It'll be exciting to see you all celebrate as you win. And then for the intermediate skilling tracks, the grand prize is ₦2 million with a variation of laptops and tablets also that fit for people who are practicing on the intermediate level. Okay, so like you see on the website, we've already itemized how to participate here. So step one, complete either the basic digital skills training or the intermediate skills training online or at any of our partners centers. And I said how to know what partner center you can join or what virtual program you can join to win follow at Tech4Dev on social media. Step two, upload your certificate to the portal that will be provided. Now, this step two, right? The feature will be made available to you, right? It's the verification process. Like I said, make sure you keep and use the same phone number when you're doing step two. It is you verifying your certification. Now, step three, share your certificate on social media, tagging Tech4Dev and Microsoft. Now, I'm just going to give you a heads up. I mean, there's a privilege for those who are actually in this webinar. Now, during the actual contest, right, which is a combination of quiz tests and tasks, we might have people who have a tie on different levels. And part of the reasons why you need to actually do step 3 and 4 is because they could actually serve as disqualifiers during the contest. So it's really important that you are tagging us, putting your certificate, and following us on social media. The handle, like I said, is Tech4Dev, and it's the same across all our social media platforms. And step 5, which is relevant for you at this phase, is watch out for further instructions. And I already said the further instructions is that you would get an email or a text to verify your certification. Okay, so let me do you a walkthrough. So let's say you want to get started with the challenge. Come here, click register. I'm just going to use a dummy name. My name is Michael, and let's say I'm Michael Yusuf. And let's say I'm going to have an email address here. And let's say a phone number 090-955-38172. Okay. Pick the state that you're located in. Very important. Very important. The reason why it's important to pick the state you're located in is because this is a challenge across Nigeria. Now, what that means is that for each state, there will be qualifiers. For each region, there will be qualifiers, and then there will be a national winner. Trust me, it doesn't take time, right? This is a 3-step, or rather a 3-tier part, right? When it comes to the contest, that would happen in barely 8 weeks. right? So it's really important that you put the actual state that you're in. So I'm in Lagos. And let's say I'm in Surulere, Lagos. Put your date of birth, just this is random, this is a demo, and put your gender. Next, okay. The next part of the form. What are you? Are you a student? Are you a full-time employee, part-time, unemployed? Are you retired? Let us know. I am putting a student. What level of education have you had? Secondary school, or I mean, you go and say, let's say BSc, HND. Marital status: single, divorced, widowed, single. What you currently earn. Very important points. This all goes to your evaluation. You can put not applicable if you don't earn anything at the moment. Which of the categories do you belong to? Are you a secondary school student, university, NYC member, NPower, or just the average Nigerian youth, right? It's important to give us this information as accurate as possible, because there is a whole lot of importance attached to this with respect to the challenge. So I'm just going to put this as a NYC. Great. So how did you hear about us? Did you hear about us on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, our blog, or some other place? So I could just put this as Instagram and you submit. Now, the moment you submit, right, it tells you, well done. You have successfully registered. You have done step one, right? Step one, you've registered. Remember what I said, the next step is to learn. So it says, there's a button down here that says proceed to the learning platform. Now, once you click this button, it takes you straight to the learning platform. Now, because I already have an account on the learning platform, it doesn't take me to where I should go. I'm just going to sign out so that you can understand what you would see next. And when you see sign in, this is what it takes you to next, right? It takes you to a place where you need to fill in some of your details and your phone number. Now, this is the learning platform. You're coming from the registration platform, right, for the challenge, and it has redirected you to the learning platform, right? So make sure that the number that you're putting here is the same number that you put in the learning platform. Don't put a different number in the learning platform and come here and use a different number for the or rather for the registration platform and come here and put a different number for the learning platform, right? Very, very important. So I'm just gonna do this. So once you put in your number, it sends you a 6-digit registration code. And this is my code. My code is in. And I submit. It verifies that you are you, verifies your number across the platform, and then you're in. Okay? Now, when you're in, as someone who hasn't started courses, now I've started my course. My course is working with computers 101. But as someone who hasn't started any course, or someone who's just registering for the challenge and you're here for the first time, it takes you to a course library. Now, you can see here on the course library, there are basic digital skills. And then you can see all the other skills. So you can see intermediate digital skills, you can see advanced digital skills, entrepreneurial skills, and the sorts, right? And then you can even see soft skills. Now, you could choose to learn any of these things, but for the sake of the challenge, the Digital for All challenge, as for those in basic, for those who are going for the 1 million naira in the basic challenge, what we require of you is to take the modules under the basic digital skills only. Okay? Which means working with computers, accessing information online, communicating online, participating safely and responsibly online, creating digital content, collaborate and managing content, digital literacy, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft SharePoint, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and then Microsoft Excel. Now, these are what make up the basic digital skills training. Okay, now you have to take all of these courses. Now, I just let you know, you can actually take all of these courses between 4 to 7 hours. It means in a day, you could actually finish all the courses. They're that simple. And I'm just going to go into the Working with Computers 101 course. Most of them are video content, so they're very easy to consume, and you can take a practice quiz. So you have to finish the course, and once you finish the course, there's a certificate for the module down there. Okay, now this certificate for the module is not, what do we call it? It's not the BDL certificate. It's just the certificate for the module. Okay. Which is why you need to come and verify for your certification after you're done taking all of these modules. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. These 14 modules make up the basic digital skills course. Okay, so you take all 14 modules, all right, and you're done with them. You can decide to for each module you take, you can decide to share on your social media platforms and tag us. That actually gives you a whole lot more visibility. Really good for the challenge. But you have to take all of these modules. When you're done taking these modules, right, from the 1st of October, we would release the feature, right? Let's go back to our digital for all challenge. Okay. We would release the feature that allows you to verify your certificates. Okay. That feature is going to come live. So from the 1st of October, when you come here, you're going to see that button that says verify certification. Okay. And that's what you should watch out for. Like I said, everyone who registers here is going to get an email or a text or both. But never none. You would either get one of the two of them to come and verify your certification. Okay. Now, for those going through the basic digital skills, this is all you need to do. This is literally all you need to do, and just wait for the period between the 1st of October, like I said here, between the 1st of October and the 30th of November, and you'll get that message to come verify your certification, and you're in, right? Then you can participate in the contest. Okay. But for those who want to go and do the intermediate courses, now this is what happens for your courses. For your courses, you would need to, well, follow us on social media, like I said, to register on those virtual or on-site programs for the intermediate courses. Now, here's the thing. Before you can get access to an intermediate course, even though you apply, you are going to go through a basic digital literacy assessment. So literally, we're going to test you on your BDL assessments. Only if you score good grades, and when I say good grades, I'm talking about 70 points and above, would you be allowed to participate in the intermediate challenge or competition? Just to buttress that point, which is why I would advise that whether you want to go for the basic or intermediate challenge, you should actually be learning, just go through the basic course, right? It'll help your chances on both tracks. Where's my slide? Yes, here we are. Now, both of these challenges, right? Here I wrote the basic challenge is time quiz and will happen on state, regional, and national levels, right? They both have the time quiz feature. However, for the intermediate challenge, we have extra tasks that you would be asked to do on the intermediate level. Okay, a bonus for you is that you can participate in any of our referral challenges to win surprises between now and November the 30th. Okay, so we would be announcing weekly challenge winners periodically, right? And the information on how to participate in that will be shared across our social media platforms as well. So watch out for that. So you could actually start winning from the get-go before the main challenge itself, or rather the main contest itself. So right now, I'm going to open the floor up to everyone on the call. Feel free to ask questions, type it in the chat box, and let me know what your questions are, and we will answer them. Okay. Okay, so I can see your questions. Thank you. Thank you very much for asking your question. Okay. Okay. Edison Peter says, can someone participate in more than one track? So here's the thing. If you have only the basic digital literacy certification, right, which means you come on the platform and you put in your phone number and we can only verify, rather you only took the basic digital literacy track, you would only be given access to the basic digital literacy contest. It means that we will send you just one link to that contest. However, if you register for the intermediate track as well, right? You go through both basic and intermediate, and you come back to the platform, put in your phone number, and we verify and we say, oh, you have both certificates or both certifications. You would get an opportunity to participate in both. So that answers your question. Yes, you can participate in more than one track. So people who have an intermediate skill certificate will be given links to participate in both. You get a link and that allows you to participate in both. Okay. Please, I want to get more clarification on the intermediate level. Are you saying it must be at physical centers? No. So what we have currently ongoing is we have a number of partner centers across Nigeria who are running intermediate skill programs. Some of these programs have already started, and some of these programs will just be starting in the month of October. Not all of them are physical. You wouldn't have to go physically to a center, but to participate, you would need to be online. In other words, you participate virtually on a platform similar to this, right? Like the Microsoft Teams platform, where your facilitator will train both you and other students like you across Nigeria. So that answers your question. However, to participate in the intermediate track, you do need to have a good laptop. All right. That's what it takes. Or so when I say have, it means it might not be yours, but you need to be able to access one, right? So there are instances where you it's not necessarily yours. Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too, Thames. Where are the on-site checkpoints? Okay, that's your first question. Second question, I'm taking JavaScript courses, but it stopped ticking done. And I assume without ticking the certificate, without ticking, the certificate will not be ticked too. What do you advise? Okay, for your first question, on-site checkpoints, you need to follow us on social media because it's on social media that we announce these centers, okay? And when I say these centers, I'm referring to both the virtual training that you can be a part of from your home or wherever you are, and the physical centers that you actually go to if they're close to you. So on your second question, I'm taking JavaScript courses. Now, for the intermediate courses that you see here, let me put it here. So this one that you see here, right? I'm thinking this is the JavaScript course that you're taking. We do not, for the purposes of the challenge, right? Your intermediate courses are not based on this portal, right? The only course that is based on this portal are your basic digital literacy courses, right? So we recommend that you take intermediate courses here too, but these are not the intermediate courses. Rather, this is not the platform for intermediate courses that will allow you to participate in the challenge. So don't be discouraged about the fact that you've already taken this. Just, hey, it makes things easier for you. Just join in on any of our platforms or on-site centers. And be a part of the intermediate skilling challenge there, or rather learn there. Next question. Can I change my location on the portal because I will be in Osun State by December? This is Victor Ni. So your location on during your registration is where you reside. So my question to you would be, are you going to, are you like relocating? If you're relocating, then you can just send us a direct message on social media and we would try supporting you to do that. But if you're not relocating, if you know you're going to come back to your location, then there's no need to worry, right? I have filled already and I have started out, but I filled under 50,000. I believe that's Naira, but I'm just understanding now that I should have filled not applicable. Okay. And you want to change that. Do send us a message on social media. Okay. Please kindly list out all the social media handles and platforms we are to follow. Yeah, pages. Okay, so there's just one handle, and I'm sure my colleague Chigozie will put that on the chat box. It's at Tech4Dev. That's just it, at Tech4Dev. You can check for us on social media, on Instagram, or I think LinkedIn as well. So get to additional access. I mistakenly answered the module in basic and I registered for intermediate, but I stopped at only that one. Hope I am safe. Oh yes, you're actually very safe. It just means that if you're registering for intermediate, like if you're going for the intermediate challenge, like I said, be a part of any of the on-site or virtual intermediate training programs. But like I said, you will need to take a basic digital literacy assessment. So if you are not confident about your basic digital literacy stream, then I recommend you finish the basic so that you can actually qualify. Because if you don't qualify, then you don't get into that program. Abdurrahman Adamu says, for the intermediate challenge, where is partner centers? Like I said, we will be announcing partner centers and the virtual programs on our social media handles. So make sure that you follow us on social media. Cynthia says, I already started my course without joining the social media platforms first. Hope I am safe. Yes, you are safe because according to our timeline, you have from now to 30th November. As long as you follow us within that period, yes, you're safe. Ooh, I see your question, Victor Nee. How do I win prizes now, even before the competition begins? Great question. So we're going to be announcing very shortly, I believe on the 1st of October, how to do that, right? We will be at most, so there, I can tell you for free, there's a component that has to do with referrals, right? We would allow you win based on the referrals that you direct to be a part of the learning process. So you can start winning from there. But more information we will share on our social media handles. So make sure you click that follow button. Does that mean taking the beginner's challenge is the prerequisite for the intermediate? I'm not clear on that. Okay, great. Taking the beginner's challenge or the basic digital literacy course is not a prerequisite. I'm just letting you know for free that before you are allowed to get into an intermediate program, we will test you. For some of you, you already have that knowledge of basic digital literacy, and you're really not interested in participating in the basic digital literacy challenge. So we will test you, right, before you can get into the intermediate learning program. It's not a prerequisite. You can apply for the program without taking the basic course. However, if you fail the basic tests when applying for the intermediate program, you wouldn't be able to get in. You've been talking about laptops since. Does it mean we can't take the course using our phones? Like I'm using my phone to take the course. Now you can access the courses using your phone, but particularly the intermediate courses would be significantly difficult to learn using your phone. Okay, which is why we recommend that you use a laptop. From our end, there's no way we can verify whether you use the laptop or a phone to learn, but we're just saying that it'll be easier if you access the laptop to take the courses. Okay, so thank you, Chigozie. These are our social media handles. The links are there. Make sure to follow. Are there rooms for mentorship after these programs? I would really like to be involved. Involved in what exactly? So you want to be involved as a mentor or you want to be mentored? Emmanuel, okay, could you be clearer in your questions? It'll help me answer you better. Mohammed Saidu says, sir, I am done with the basics, and of course, I'm on my way to finish the intermediate courses soonest. The modules are awesome and very well presented. Okay, I guess that's a typo. What is the next line of action? Can I go ahead with both? Okay, so first of all, I'll say Mohammed, congratulations on finishing the basic digital literacy courses. From the 1st of October, you will start getting emails or texts or both to come back to the site to verify your certification. Once you verify your certification, you can just chill till the 30th of November when that verification process is done. And then you get into the contest. Okay. Yes. So once we verify that, you automatically get into the contest. That starts in December. But I can see another component of your question that says, I am on my way to finish the intermediate courses. Now, I'm hoping that these are the intermediate courses that are on our partner centers or programs. If it's the one on this website here, if it's this one, then these are not the intermediate courses that we are referring to, even though they would help you personally, but these are not the ones that we're referring to for the challenge. Okay. For the challenge, you need to get into an actual virtual program or an on-site program, which will be giving you more information on our handles. That's for intermediates. But as it is now, Mohammed Saidu, you are already one step ahead of a lot of people. It means you've already qualified to get a shot at winning 1 million naira for the basic challenge. Okay. As long as you come and verify your certification status when we send you that message. Okay. Tem says, I get most of my information from your LinkedIn platform, so I'm following you online. Does that mean the platform for intermediate is yet to be announced? Yes, it means that we are yet to announce the programs that you can be a part of to learn the intermediate skills. That's what it means. But I would like to also say this, it's not just one program. There are multiple programs, okay? Some of those programs might be happening physically in Lagos, some physically in Kano, some in Kaduna, some in Jos, and some like nationwide virtually, okay? Just to give you context, and we'll be announcing all of that on our social media handles. Please, I don't understand. Are we to stop taking the classes in the intermediate courses? Because you just said we need to do that on site. I'm confused, sir. Please, can you lay more emphasis? Okay, so I've been laying emphasis with all the questions, but I will still lay some more emphasis here. Like I said, the intermediate courses are not necessarily on site. They are what you take in any of our partner programs, okay? And I just said some of them would be on site and some of them would be virtual nationwide, okay? You can pick any one of these that we announce depending on its proximity to you and your preference, okay? But what you need to look out for is when we announce them for the intermediate courses on our social media handles. Okay, somebody has gone ahead and said, this is Paul Ezemiwe. You said, good afternoon, sir. What does the challenge entail? Great question. I'll give you a sneak peek of what the challenge entails. Now, from the 30th of November, when we close out the learning phase, you're going to get messages that give you access to the contest. Now, the contest is a timed quiz. It is a timed quiz. For basic, it is a timed quiz, which means you would have a short period of time to answer very interesting questions around the courses that you learned and technology. Okay? And very important is as you progress from one level to the other, we're going to be announcing the winners that move from state level into regional level to national level, and finally the grand prize winner. Okay, so that's a sneak peek into what the contest is for Mr. or Mrs. Paul Ezimiwe. For the intermediate courses, the challenge is a bit harder because we don't just give you a time test, we also give you tasks, right? So you've learned some skills. We would test you on the skills that you said that you've learned. I hope that answers your questions. Kolade Fumilayo 15 says, I finished the a particular course on the intermediate, what am I to do next? Do I have to finish all the courses on both basic and intermediate? I think I already answered this question, but I'll just answer the part B. Do I have to finish all the courses on both basic and intermediate? On the platform, right, that is the virtual platform, you need to finish all the courses on basic to be able to access the basic challenge. But for the intermediate courses, you need to participate in an actual program which would announce on our social media handles. Any of those programs that would announce on our social media handles. For the intermediate level, can we be allowed to take these courses just for learning and certification's sake, not for competition? Of course, Thames, go ahead. As a matter of fact, it gives you an upper hand if you were actually to participate, by going through one of those programs I mentioned. Okay, so Emmanuel has given me clarity. He says, sorry, please, I want to be mentored. Great. So at Tech4Dev, we actually have a mentorship framework that you should be able to access. All you need to do is send us a message about this on our social media platforms, and we will revert to you and take you up from there, Mr. Emmanuel. Okay, moving. Okay, Paul says, thank you. You're very much welcome. And so that is all our questions. I'm hoping we've answered, and now you have more clarity as to how to participate in the Digital for All Challenge, and to get both the weekly prizes as well as the grand prizes that you will be having a shot at come December. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who joined the webinar. For people who might be asking you questions about the challenge, please tell them to join in the webinar same time tomorrow, 4 p.m. Tuesday, and we will go over it again. And if for some reason you drop off this call and it gets all muddled up in your head, please feel free to join the webinar tomorrow also. And from time to time, we'll be having webinars to give you clarity on the next steps for the program, or rather for the challenge. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.